Yeah, she used to come to the island. Yeah, she marks and marks.
Okay, Matt, can we go up the shoulder? I'm going to talk about the auto zone. Let's just go up that way.
There's no way to, there's no way to, so you just need to.
10 cameras? That's not bad. Oh.
Oh, mic check, please.
Sure. Mic check, mic check. Check, check. MasterCard, Visa, American Express, money order, Western Union, whatever it takes. Nickels, dimes, quarters. Can't do pennies, sorry, we got rid of the penny. Got rid of the penny, sorry. You good? Alright, we're still going. Check 1, 2, check, check, check. Where's your mic? Oh, there you go, right there.
Yep.
You good? You had it wrong. Now you got it right.
You're smarter about that kid.
What?
Me.
Oh.
I hear it, but it doesn't sound like...
Yeah, something's wrong.
I hear it.
Something's wrong.
So these guys see something. Somebody coming?
Yes. She did the whole thing down there. But she's coming now.
There we go. Media update where we were before.
One of these is mine. That's mine. That's mine.
You can turn your microphone on there, Lynn.
Hello, everybody. I appreciate you guys waiting down here. I didn't realize there was this many people here. I actually was down at the other end. So I'm just going to give you a quick statement, and then again, we'll probably follow up with more information as it comes to us. So what I can tell you right now is the Pawtucket Police received a call at about 2:28, 2:30 this afternoon that we had an active shooter at Lynch Arena. Upon arrival, police were met with several people obviously inside the arena, and there was 2 casualties within the arena. The suspect was confirmed as one of those casualties. Later on, we learned that another casualty from the shooting was at the hospital, that they succumbed to their injuries after being at the hospital, and there is 3 additional victims at the hospital that all are in critical condition at this time. It appears that this was a targeted event, that it may be a family dispute. We cannot release the names of the victims because obviously we want to speak to the family, make sure that the family is well aware of what happened before we release that information publicly. We had assistance from multiple police departments that came in to assist, to offer their assistance. Obviously the Attorney General is also there with us now going over the crime scene. We had several people in the building, so we are talking to them, so we're trying to put together the story and the timeline of what happened.
Did this happen in the stands? Can you just describe the layout in there and where this all took place?
So because we're in the initial stages of the investigation, I can't get into detail. Obviously, we're still investigating that. We're talking to all the witnesses. Like I said, there were several people within the Lynch Arena because it was a high school hockey game. So we're talking to all those witnesses. We have several witnesses that were here, and then some that we have brought to the police station where we're talking to them there. We also were able to take everybody inside the building, and we reunified them with their families down by Walgreens. We used RIPTA buses to be able to reunite those kids and people in the stands with their families.
Was the shooter related to the other victims? You said a family dispute.
Yes, so because it's a family dispute, I don't know the relationship exactly at this point because it's still initial, but yes, it is family related.
Are you releasing any other information about the other victims that's critical, juvenile, adults, any other?
Not at this time until we speak to the families and we get more information.
But the mayor said it was a young girl. Is that correct or not correct?
It was a female. Is what I know.
Just the females, all you're saying, no age.
Yeah, no age. No.
Chief, Dan Janney from NBC10. Can you confirm that the victim is actually the daughter of the suspect?
Okay, so I'm not going to confirm who actually is the casualties at this point because, again, we want to speak to the families and make sure the families are well aware of what happened before we release any information. Again, we're still only at the initial stages. It only happened at 2:30 this afternoon. Again, we went in, like I said, there were several people in there. We have several witnesses that are at the station, so we're going to put it together a story before we release information to make sure that the information's put out there is accurate and correct and there's nobody...
Chief, 4 victims that are hospitalized. Were they hospitalized because they may have been trampled or pushed down, but they actually were not shot?
No, so we have, we have 3 deceased victims, right? We have 3 deceased. The suspect, and then we have 2 victims. And then we have 3 at the hospital that were part of the incident that, no, they were not trampled, that they were shot.
They were all shot.
Yes. I'm sorry, there's multiple people.
Oh, good.
So what I can say right now is that that's the information that we're going to put out. We're going to obviously probably have more information as the day progresses. Again, we want to speak to all the people that were witnesses so that we can get an accurate story to put out there. I can tell you that we're probably going to have another press release tomorrow, right? We have a lot of people that we want to talk to today. We want to make sure that we get accurate statements. We want to make sure we put it together. We want to make sure we speak to the families. And again, we have to go to the hospital also. And if we can speak to those victims at the hospital, we obviously want to make sure that we do that also.
Do we know what style the weapon was?
So that's the information I'm going to give you for right now. And then again, I will give you more information as we get it. But I'm not...
It's a little confusing. Let me clear you have a clear on the Is the suspect dead of a self-inflicted gunshot?
So, again, what I can say is that, no, the police were not involved. What I can say that, again, we're putting all the pieces together. It appears from a self-inflicted gun wound, but we are going to investigate that fully. The police were not involved in that.
So there's a suspect who is dead, and then there are 2 victims. Are those teen victims?
Well, I'm not releasing their ages, but it appears that they're both adults.
Are they both related to the suspect?
Again, I'm trying to...
I understand. We appreciate it.
That's okay. I know, and I want to make sure that with the information we're putting out there, because again, they're family members at home, we want to make sure that we speak to them first before they hear it on the news or in the media. It is very important for us to make contact with the families and get an accurate depiction of what the family dynamics look like so that we can be able to put it out there accurately.
Is there any way that you could do another press briefing later tonight so that because otherwise information gets kind of squabbled. That way, that's what happened in Providence, right?
We're going to try, right?
Okay.
Like I said, we're following the police investigation, right? Right now it's about the families, right? There were multiple families involved. This was, high school children, so our hearts go out to the families. And we'll give you as much information we can. We know it's important to get it out there, but they want to get it out there accurate so there's no misinformation.
Mayor, are you able to speak to that, just the trauma these people suffered today at the
I haven't seen anybody. I can't imagine. I'm watching some people as they're getting put on buses. So, sorry. There has to be traumatic, right, to everybody. I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody. We're trying to piece it together. They're all being shipped out to have conversations with to keep the investigation going, and we're dealing with the families. We have a lot of our services, family services, the Nonviolence Institute, a lot of our partners. They're all in there. They're doing grief counseling, so we're working close with them as well.
What are some of your concerns when you hear about a shooting inside an arena like this with so many young people?
Of course, when you get the call, you think it's the worst thing, right? And I mean, it's very serious. Having said
how traumatic it might be for the people in this community to be experiencing 2 mass shootings within such a short span of time.
Unfortunately, things are not related, but it is very tragic. Right? You think about these are high school kids. They were doing an event. They were playing. With their families watching a fun time, and it turned into this. So it's got to be.
Mayor or Chief, were there any good Samaritans who stepped in that you know of to help? So again, I understand that there's live stream out there. It's in the initial stages of the investigation. So if there are witnesses or people that stepped in, we're going to leave that information will be confidential until we speak to them. But at this point, what I can tell you is that there were several people in there at the time.
We heard a parent might have interacted.
Again,
I'm just curious if
I'm trying to see him over it. It's a little difficult. You guys have it a little higher. But okay. So obviously there were people inside, so I can say that people did assist. But as to the level of the assistance, again, we want to speak to everybody to make sure that we have an accurate statement before we put it out there. Unfortunately, if we put information out there and it's not exactly accurate, and it was, again, live streamed only for the sense that, so that other people could watch the hockey game.
Did you have 1 or 2 guns?
So again, that information will come out a little later.
Colonel, you had said families plural involved or just one family?
No, I believe it's just one family.
Chief, have you reached out to all the schools? Because there was like 6 schools out there between the co-ops out there.
So again, we have been on the scene the whole time, as the coaches know. So I'm assuming that the coaches would have reached out to the schools because obviously, I guess with hockey, it's more regionalized. Yes. So it's multiple schools that are playing for one team. So the coaches are there, and I'm sure that they made the schools aware. But personally, we haven't reached out to the schools yet. We will, obviously, but we have been doing the middle of the investigation.
Chief, can you identify, is the suspect a male or a female? Okay. Because there was some confusion from people who actually witnessed this.
Yeah. So again, that's about the extent of what we're going to be able to release at this point. We will give more information as it comes out later today, and then if we can do a press release tomorrow once we've been able to speak to all the witnesses, because again, there was many people inside the arena. We have to speak to all of those people that were in there, give statements. Even if they have nothing to add, we still have to make that attempt and the effort to speak to them to make sure that we have all the information.
So this is over. No danger.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No danger at all.
Thank you.
And you're Dawn. And you're Tina. Thanks.
Is my mic good? Do you want me to check it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.